Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, your soulmate just turned down someone powerful. Not because they weren't impressive, but because their heart is only waiting for you." Archangel Michael says something sacred is awakening in the one who's meant to walk beside you. They were recently offered something grand, an opportunity that would change most people's lives. It came from someone who had status, power, and influence. But their soul didn't move. No amount of praise or luxury could fill the space in their heart that only your presence completes. They stood before a moment that looked like a dream. But they said no, because their heart kept calling your name. They see many faces, but yours is the one etched in their spirit. They hear many voices, but only yours echoes like a sacred melody in their mind. When it came time to choose, they didn't hesitate. They rejected the gold because it wasn't you. The person they turned down wasn't ordinary. They had charm, power, influence, but none of it mattered. Love pulled them in another direction, toward you. There's a spiritual thread tying your hearts together. No one else fits the space you left. No matter how perfect others seem, they don't match the energy you carry. Your soulmate keeps thinking of you during quiet moments, especially at night when their mind is still. That's when your essence becomes louder than the world. They aren't confused. They aren't distracted. They are waiting. They're focused on the signal from heaven and from you. Their rejection wasn't just emotional. It was spiritual, an act of obedience. God whispered, "Not this one." So they said no. The one they rejected tried to impress them, offer them wealth, promised love, showed up with everything people dream about. But it still didn't match your spirit. You might feel forgotten. You might think they're far away. But the truth is they're still waiting for you. Every time they think of settling, something divine stops them. Even if they've never touched you, their soul remembers. Archangel Michael says your love story is already written. That's why no imposter can replace the real thing. Your soulmate isn't lost. They're being protected. You've cried, thinking you were alone. But their heart has been crying too. You ache for connection. They ache for reunion. They keep seeing signs. A number. A scent. A place. And your name whispers to them again. Even when they try to ignore it, something divine pulls them back. They almost gave in, almost said yes. But heaven reminded them this is not it. They don't want what's easy. They want what's sacred. They want you. The world thinks they're foolish. Why walk away from someone so powerful, they ask. But your soulmate knows. They're already tied to someone greater. You. You bring what others can't. Soul alignment. Peace. Purpose. They wait for you in patience wrapped with prayer. Even when they smile for others, their heart is paused for you. God is preparing the moment of reconnection. Type 1111. Every delay is building a stronger reunion. Every rejection deepens their loyalty. Someone recently asked them, "Why did you let that person go?" But they couldn't explain. Because what they feel can't be explained. It must be experienced. They're holding on to a glimpse of you. A dream. A vision. A moment from another life. They felt you before they saw you. Loved you before they named you. Now, they remain loyal to a connection no one else understands. They're not just being faithful. They're being tested. The temptation was strong, but love was stronger. This rejection is part of divine alignment. What looks like a loss is actually the beginning of sacred union. Their silence is not absence. It is devotion. They're saving themselves in a world that rushes. The person they turn down will try again. But your soulmate has already tasted your spirit, even if only in dreams. They've closed that door because their soul already belongs to you. The one they rejected may feel insulted. But the heart cannot be bribed. It can only be claimed. And you're the only one who holds the key. Their peace comes only when you are in the picture. They don't need reminders. Their breath remembers you. Each heartbeat says your name. You may not see the full story, but you are deeply loved. They've been in rooms filled with beauty, but it all felt empty without you beside them. No matter how polished someone else appears, the moment feels wrong unless your energy is near. Even during their biggest successes, they wish it was you watching them. Someone told them they were wasting time, but they felt a divine resistance. Because their love for you isn't logic. It's spirit. They said no gently, but it sent shockwaves. The one who thought they had one is still wondering why they weren't chosen. The reason is simple. Your soulmate only chooses truth, and their truth is you. They think of you when they wake up. They wonder what you're doing, even if they never say it aloud. You live in their rhythm. Someone tried to offer them more than love. They offered security, power, status, but they still said no, because it wasn't divine. They felt something off, something their soul couldn't accept. You are not forgotten. You're the reason they keep walking away from everything else. Your soulmate is loyal in ways most people will never understand. Even in silence, even in distance, even in absence. They've had chances, but they walked away every time because it didn't feel sacred. People are confused. Why reject someone so perfect? But your soulmate doesn't want perfection. They want purpose. The more they wait, the more they recognize you without even trying. Your soul leaves fingerprints in their world. Everywhere. The rejection that happened has shifted everything. It blocked a spiritual delay. It stopped the counterfeit from stepping in. The one they turned away from is trying to find a way back. But their heart won't open again. That door is shut. Because their soul has aligned with you. Even if you haven't met. Even if you haven't spoken in months. The pull toward you is still alive. They dream of you often. Not always your face, but the feeling, the calm, the spiritual pull. They're waiting for a divine signal. Type 1111, a whisper from God. And that moment is getting close. Your name has power in their mind. Even if they've never said it out loud. They repeat it silently. With love. There's a place they visit just because it reminds them of you. It's holy to them. Someone is trying to distract them. But heaven clears those distractions like wind moves fog. Your soulmate is determined. They don't just want a person. They want purpose. They want peace. They want partnership. And they only find that with you. They're being watched closely by heaven. Angels guard their feelings. Heaven shields their eyes from being fooled. Even when they feel weak, they remember your yes. That yes is their anchor. Others think they look fulfilled, but their soul still feels your absence. What they just rejected was final. They don't entertain anyone who doesn't carry your vibration. They keep an image of you in their heart. From a dream, a memory, or a divine glimpse. They feel your spirit strongest in storms. Because your energy brings them calm. The one they rejected will try again. But your soulmate has changed. Their mind is fixed. Their heart is locked. You're the one they wait for. Not out of fantasy, but out of obedience. God is helping them align. They're letting go of what doesn't belong. Each temptation fades in comparison to your sacred connection. They feel the shift. Each step now is guided toward something deeper, toward you. Even as pressure grows, their love stays rooted like a vow. They know something sacred is near. The wrong connections fade, and the right alignment draws closer. They are not waiting in vain. They are being positioned with purpose. Certain dates, certain words, even certain scents remind them of you. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations, sent straight from heaven. Subscribe to our channel if you believe God. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. Also, feel free to share this video with friends or anyone you think might find it interesting. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We've got more exciting content coming soon, and we'd love for you to be part of the journey. 4. See you in the next video.